I'm up, though. What up, though? I'm gonna run them lights up. Early morning. Let's go. Time to wake up and be positive. Best thing smoking. All right, y'all know what it is. BiggDoggChico to the scene, the place to be. Early morning vibrations to you, wherever you're checking in from. Get up, be positive, have a great day. Do the best you can. Do what you need to do. Run them likes up. Get in the comments. Be positive. Let me know what you're thinking. We got a few things we can talk about real quick. Like, as you come up in here, make sure you hit that like button. People are asking me, Chico, what's the mindset going into the? How can Coach Prime stay positive? How can he get them boys right for the next game? How in the world they're gonna piece together and find a way to get a win in just the next ball game before they even look forward to the next after that and try to piece together and get two? It can happen. I think it will happen. It's just the way. What way? How are you going to make that happen? We're going to talk about that real quick. Like, we got Arizona coming up. That's going to be a tough one. They got a strong running attack, strong passing attack, and they're starting to hit their groove, should I say, right now. All right. But what we will do is check this out. Let me know what y'all thinking out there in the comments. What y'all got going on? What time is it? Where you checking in from? What you're acting like you cared about? What's the news? As it's still late night for me, early morning for you. All right, here is something I wanted to share. If you haven't already, go ahead and get in the video section. People were saying, do they need to? We had a discussion on Coach Hayes with Coach Hayes on our Prime Debate show, and we talked about them actually having to, should they reduce all the camera and all the celebrities being on the sideline? Is this a problem? Is this an issue? And I'm thinking to myself, like, how could this be an issue? What's the why would this be an issue? People on the sideline filming that they've been filming there the whole time, and they won games with them on the sideline. Why is it now possibility of being an issue on the sideline because of what? They're filming now, or because they're losing now? The same thing, dog. So this is gonna be the final game at Folsom Field this year under the Deion Sanders era. Shout out to Bucky. Shouts out to the young coach. Shout out to Shador, Javon Antonio, Zay Weaver, Darius, everybody else out there on the staff, man. Everybody doing anything. Colorado. Hopefully we can find a way to get it done. I think we can. We have a prime opportunity to upset and really storm the field against Arizona. Arizona is a good team. I'm not going to take anything, or can take anything from them, should I say, or even try to. Because, like I said, they're a good team. I'm going to go through some of their stats and some of their players. But, of course, got my guy T-Mac from out here in Hawaii. Balling that wide receiver. He's their leading receiver as far as yardage goes. Second in receptions. Yes, sir. All right, just bear with me as I pull these things up. Got work today? You got work today? All right, now we're ready to go. Let's see here. Shouts out to my dog right there. Good morning from the East Coast, 6:18 a.m., Sunny 419. Candace Watts, Hot Atlanta checking in. You know it. Knowledge plus game, IQ, plus experience, plus talent equal only potential power. Can't nobody be dog locked up in the kennel with the puppies. You feel me? Make sure we all um, find a way to have a nice day. Don't let one small thing ruin your whole day, positive or negative. Don't let that try to shape your day, especially in a negative way. Be positive as much as you can. This is right here. Y'all saw this footage from Shador jumping into the crowd the first time that they had the fans storm the field. I think it can happen again in this game. 8 of our 12 games are against top 25 exactly. And these last 3 are going to be tough. Bro fell in his face laugh out while he was dusted. For real, for real. So let's see here. Go to Arizona Wildcats football. I want to keep that going. Let me replay my theme, man. Give me my theme music. I'm going to take some questions in a second, so go ahead and get them in. Monday takeaways from Colorado. Deion Sanders stuck in free fall, they're saying. This is ESPN.com. They posted this saying things. Make sure y'all still can see that. Okay. Things have taken a turn for the worse at Colorado following the team's unexpected 3-0 start. And after Deion Sanders made a change at play caller before another loss on Saturday to Oregon, more questions are being raised about the program. Really, like Ace Ventura used to say. Week 10 also shine a spotlight on an unexpected Heisman Trophy candidate and a pair of teams in the midst of surprising turnarounds. Our college football reporters look at those stories and more on this week's Monday Takeaways. And of course, it's Wednesday. This was reported on Monday saying Sanders received a lot of justified praise during Colorado's 4-1 start, not only for how he flipped the roster in one offseason, but for how his players performed on game days. Colorado wasn't a perfect team, but was dramatically improved since last year, thanks in part of the coaching staff. Of course, it's still footage from the game right there. Let me see. Damn, we went from this to losing. Y'all remember this footage right here? This was classic. Good morning, Big Dog. You sound like you got a good night's sleep. Actually, I didn't. Haven't even been asleep yet. You've been a bit grouchy for your usual personality? I agree. Be positive. It's time to run them lights up. I appreciate that, man. When you hang around sometimes, when you talk to, I'll get back off that, man. We're not going to do that. We haven't been grouchy. We've been losing games. I don't like to lose games. You feel me? That's not a good thing. I'm not used to it. Like Coach Prime say, we here to win. We're here to get wins. That's it. That's what I'll be happy and satisfied. But basically, the article goes on to say now, after Colorado has dropped 3 straight games, coaching decisions are being debated without a lot of clarity from Coach Prime. The topic after Saturday night's loss to Oregon State was why Coach Prime, or Sanders, as they said, has switched offensive play callers, moving analyst and former NFL coach Pat Shermer into the role that Sean Lewis had occupied through 8 games. Lewis, who left the head coaching job at Kent State for Colorado, had overseen an offense that opened with a record-setting passing performance at TCU and averaged more than 500 yards and 41 points in 4 of the first 5 games. Colorado averaged 13.2 points per game in 2012. Now, Coach Prime said, and I quote, "You guys don't know the intangibles yet. You're just looking from the outside of the crib, looking in. I got tinted windows. And you can't even see in the house. But you're making conclusions on what I should be doing, dog." It's prime time, baby. After a spirited fourth quarter rally, Colorado cut its deficit to 7 points. Of course, everybody saw what happened in the game and how it happened. The point is now, how do you bounce back from it? Coach Prime on the Dan Patrick show, when asked how long does a loss sit with you? Coach Prime said, well, they don't go anywhere. They stay there. They're always there. Basically, you just have to compartmentalize them or departmentalize them or compartmentalize them, whatever. Put them away, dog, in a place to where, you don't really hold on to them, but you know they're there. So you can always draw from them. And I'm paraphrasing, going on to say, you can always draw from them, I think, and learn from those L's or those losses and turn them into lessons. And that way, it's not lost in the sauce. You dig? So if you interview players, like I like the request number 9. Yeah, if you like to see players' parents requested, also put that in the chats. If you'd like to see players actually interviewed, like BP said, he'd like to see number 9, Big Bang Hankerson. Shouts out to Big Bang Hank doing his thing, man. Starting at the running back position. So let's get back to the Arizona Wildcats football. Put y'all predictions in the chat right now. Let me know what y'all think the final score will be. Can we break out this slump that we're in right now against Arizona, who of course beat USC 43-41, or actually lost to USC 43-41, but they beat Washington State 44-6, and then they went on to beat Oregon State, who we lost to 27-24. They upset them. Then they beat UCLA 27-10. You dig? And now we have them on the face-off. They're still ranked number 23 right now. And they're ready to go, man. They're a big, bad football team that we can find a way to defeat. They got a big, strong offensive line. Quarterback that's throwing that thing. Shouts out to Noah Fifita. And also Tetaroa Macamillan. And also, let me see. Let me look at their football roster and shout out a couple other players that I wanted to shout out and pinpoint and highlight, so to speak. And also, if you look at their stats on the season, they're not here to play around either, man. It's time to run them likes. Points per game. Right now, they're averaging 32 points per game, 31.9, but 32 points a game, I'll say. Points off turnovers, 21. And rushing yardage, they're over 1,200 yards rushing right now. So pretty balanced attack. Passing yardage, completion, 182 of 252. 7 touchdowns. Let me see. Actually, that's the one before. Let me go to that. I gotta include last week also. There we go. And then oh man, Utah gonna be tough too. Oh my gosh. Jacob Cowing is who I wanted to talk about. The senior out of Arizona, Maricopa, Arizona, Maricopa High School, formerly of UTEP. His full bio is right here. He's really balling out. He's the one that's leading them at the wide receiver position. He had 85 receptions, over 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns last year. He now has 69 receptions in 9 games, 510 yards, and 9 touchdowns, though. 56 yards per game, 86 yards last year. So there's a drop-off, but still a highly productive wide receiver, super fast, strong, explosive, can make plays. Also, in the punt return game, also averaging 8 yards per return. Look out for him. We got to find a way to get a hand on him and just basically see whether we're going to go man or zone to cover up him. He's 5'11", but then you got McMillan, who's like 6'5", and then you got Montana Lamonius Craig also, who's there at the wide receiver spot. So they got a good wide receiver group. How can we, and what's our game plan to stop them? Are we going man? Are we going zone? Now I think we'll see a lot more of Trevor Woods still there at the linebacker spot. Possibly see B. Gant coming in, subbing in too. But we're going to have to stop and find a way to stop those crossing routes and those quick passes, the quarterback. Fafita is a good quarterback also. You got to watch out for him out of California. He can really throw that thing. He has a quick release, getting the ball out very fast by design also. Lamonius Craig, I think, has 20 catches on the season. Their leader, once again, is number 4, 6'5", 210 pounds, sophomore out of Waimanalo, Hawaii, Tetsuroa McMillan. His stats are on the year, receiving stats in 9 games, 52 catches, 753 yards, 7 touchdowns for the big fella, 14.5 yard average, 83.7 yards a game. So he's been that guy. He's been a leading receiver for them throughout the year. Had one game for 161 yards. That's been his high game. Other one for 138. The rest of them have been pretty steady, around 80 yards, 68 yards, 89, 65. Couple of games versus Stanford and Washington where he only had 26 and 45 yards. But steady production each game. After the first game, had at least 4 catches in every game since then. So he's that number 1 wide receiver, big body, long, rangy guy who can catch like overthrown balls behind him and so on. Travis played against him in the Polynesian Bowl. That's going to be a good look to see them go at it once again, as they really went at it in that Polynesian Bowl. But that's just what that competition breeds and brings out of you when both players are playing, high pace game and high stakes game and an all-star game where that competition steps up. T-Mac wanted to show he was the man. He was the number 1 player out here in Hawaii. Got the player of the year, I think, out here in Hawaii. And then Travis comes out here as the number 1 player at the opposite position, wide receiver and cornerback, and you facing off against him. You wanted to do your thing. So look out for that matchup coming through this Saturday, the 11th. Can we stop that run game, though? We got a powerful running back. I think with the mindset, I'm going to tell you like this. If we have Big Bishop coming back this week, that'll be beautiful. But we need our guys up front to really be stout this game, to get low, get off those blocks, and make plays in the backfield. Same thing with the linebackers. Bentley had a good game last week. I think he had, 6 tackles, 7 tackles in a sack and a half or so. Really did his thing, made some plays in the backfield. We need more aggression and more of the same type of play from him up the middle. I like to see DeMore Kennedy, see what he can bring. See Juju Mitchell, what can he bring also? Who's going to be our starting cornerbacks? How are we still feeling about Cooper? Will we see any of Jock Robinson, any Kamani McLean? Kamani might be a good game for Kamani to play against this big, tall wide receiver in McMillan. And then you have Travis matchup on the shorter one, Cowing, 5'11", or either matchup on Lamonius Craig. That way, Kamani will be playing against a number 1 receiver, but at least he'll be a big, long guy, and you can go from there. But still, Travis had a pick in that Polynesian Bowl. I think we're going to find a way to get one, but this offensive line that averages like 315 pounds for Arizona at least, they're going to be something that they're going to want to run behind and get a lot of rushing yards behind those guys. Who's that? Jonah Coleman, sophomore running back out of Stockton, California, 5'9", 225 pounds. You hear that? 5'9", 225 pounds. Do you know how stocky that is and tough to bring down that is? What? And he gold out? Slugged out. Let me show you a picture of this kid right here, man. Shout out to him. Bring my dog up right quick, Lord. Boy, slugged out, looking right. Look out for him in the game right there, Jonah Coleman. I think we can bring him down. We're going to have to tackle him, though, with a mindset. It's not going to be easy tackling a little short, stocky guy like this who's low to the ground, hard to bring down. Then around, low to the ground and hard to bring down. A guy like this, though, and he's slugged out with the goals in his mouth. So you know you got that swag about him, been rushing the ball all year long, doing his thing, though. Look at his stats. As of right now, his rushing stats, as you see right here, last year, let's just say last year, 12 games, 75 rushing attempts, 374 yards, 4 touchdowns, had a long of 43, 5-yard average. Nice. 31 yards a game. This year, he stepped it up. Stepped it up in his sophomore season. 9 games played, 93 rushing attempts, 565 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns so far, 6.1 yard per rush. That's big time. And he's a threat out of the backfield with 22 catches, 285 yards. We got to find a way to put what do they call it? Put a lasso or a wrangle on him and just get him gapped out, get him railed up and contain him at least. Don't let him get going in the major way. Find a way to contain this guy so that he's not really getting off. If you look at this picture right, you see how he is short, stocky, 225 pounds at 5'9". He's hard body, little stump out there. He ain't playing no games. Stockton, California, where you at? Stockton, Cali, where you at? Saw action in all 12 games. High school, he prepped at Lincoln High School in Stockton, piled up 334 carries, 3,300 yards, 58 touchdowns, ran across 31 varsity games in 4 years. 3-star recruit by Rivals, 247 Sports. Breakout sophomore season, saw him rush for 1,500 yards and 30 touchdowns, all career highs out of high school. Jonah Coleman. All right, here we go. Shouts out to all the Bay Area guys out there they have on this squad right here. You can see the roster. Let me make sure everybody can see the roster, y'all. Kevin Green Jr., wide receiver, 5'11". Traden Stukes. Look at this big offensive line. Let me go down to the big offensive line. To the big fellas, the big uglies. With all love. Defensive line. We go to the offensive lineman first. Start at the 50. All right. And I'm gonna butcher some of these names. A lot shout out to all the Usos and the Tongans and Polynesians, everybody out there showing love. You feel me? I'm just gonna probably do the first name, number 50, defensive lineman. Goodness gracious, 6'3", 330 pounds. Big CO, Nofo, Agototoa. What? 330? He's a senior, straight out of American Samoa. And he went to Clearwater Academy in Florida by way of Indiana University. Whew, that's going to be a big boy right there, 330 pounds in that middle. Shouts out to the linebacker Tyler Mustaine, 6'2", 235. Linebacker Brandon Craddock. Edge Christian Madowski. Chase Randall, defensive lineman. Jacob Reese, offensive lineman. JT Hand, offensive lineman, 6'4", 310, 6'5", 300 is Jacob Reese. He's 6'2", 230. He's a linebacker. Let me go to the lineman. Defensive lineman Bryce Eccles, 6'5", 280. Offensive lineman 6'5", 320. Sam Lange, redshirt senior, San Francisco, California. El Camino High School. All right. Number 59, Rhino. I like that name, Big Rhino. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 310. Tapa Atalte. Freshman out of Mission Hills, California. Bishop Alameda Academy. Rhino, offensive lineman. I like that name. Y'all like the name Rhino? Name your son Rhino. I like that. Defensive lineman, 6'3", 285. Victor. Freshman out of Sierra Vista. Offensive lineman, 6'8", 325. Joseph Borjun. La Puente, California. Nogales High School. Mount San Antonio College. Offensive lineman, 6'7", 310, Elijah Payne, freshman, Chatsworth, California. You scared? Some big fellas. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 315, Life Magnusson, red shirt. Sakatun Saskatchewan. That's Canada, yeah. Bethlehem Catholic High School. Offensive lineman, 6'6", 305, Zarius Wells out of Chandler, Arizona. 6'5", 330, Big Jonah. Savainea, Tafuna, American Samoa. He's out of St. Louis High School right here in Hawaii. Shouts out to Big Jonah. He's a sophomore, so I probably seen him on the field while I was out there I definitely seen Big Jonah play. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 330. He's a sophomore out of St. Louis. And out of Long Beach Poly, is the red shirt freshman. Offensive lineman, 6'2", 340. Wendell Moe. Who else we got? Junior offensive lineman, 6'3", 305. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 300. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 325. Jordan Morgan. Offensive lineman, 6'3", 310. Offensive lineman, 6'6", 335. And it's a great shots. So they got some big fellas on that line. I thought they would have a couple of more from St. Louis High School based off how they have a pipeline going straight there. But the quarterback, yes, of course, the quarterback is nice. They got a couple quarterbacks that's nice. I like both of them who they had, which was one of them was from St. Louis High School out here in Hawaii. And his name was Jaden DeLaura, right here, junior, out of Honolulu, Hawaii, St. Louis High School, Washington State. Went to Washington State before. Pull him up. I'm not sure what happened to him. Did he just lose the job? Let's see. Look at his stats so far. Did he really play this? Okay. Yep. First game, he went 18 of 24, 1 interception, 3 touchdowns. Mississippi State, 32 of 46, 4 picks and 2 touchdowns. That's when he probably got pulled at. But nah, when he came back to UTEP, 23 of 29, 3 touchdowns. Bam! Bounce back on him. Stanford, 14 of 26, 53%, 1 touchdown. Then he hasn't played since then. You go to the quarterback. The next one up who's playing right now, shouts out to Jacob Manu. Go to my guy who we got to look out right now. We'll talk about Taylor Upshaw also, who has 7.5 sacks doing his thing. Number 11, 5'11", 194, redshirt freshman quarterback out of Huntington Beach, California. The Tongan, Pino, as he has on his Instagram, Noah Fafita. Shouts out to Noah. He can throw that thing too, really sling it. Made 3 appearances at quarterback during his first season at Arizona, completed 9 of 19 passes for 128 yards and 1 touchdown. He was teammates with fellow Arizona signee, wide receiver McMillan, T-Mac, Texaroy McMillan, tight end Kenyon Burnett, and linebacker Jacob Manu, 3-star recruit. Played in 32 varsity games across 4 seasons, and so on. So he can ball out, dog. He can ball out. I've seen film on him. I've seen what he's done so far this year, and liked what I've seen from him so far. In the game that he did come in, even though he played all of them, had 2 attempts in the first game. In the second game, first Northern Arizona and UTEP, and then 4-4 versus Stanford. Then come in versus Washington, 27 of 39, 1 pick, 3 touchdowns. Then bam versus USC. And there's great shots, 25 of 35, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. At that point, hey man, you got to play. Versus Washington State, 34 of 43, no touchdowns, no pick. Versus Oregon, 25 of 32, 1 TD, or 1 pick, 3 TDs. Versus UCLA, 25 of 32, 1 interception and 3 touchdowns for the young fella. On the season, he's 144 of 189, 4 picks, 14 touchdowns. He's on pace for a great season. 8 rushes, 29 yards. Can we get a wrangle and a hand on these guys? What y'all think? What's y'all record prediction? Early in the morning, let me know what y'all thinking about, what y'all eating up in breakfast, what you eating up at, what you doing, what you got going on, what it is, what it ain't, what it's going to be. What's up, said with me. Arizona. Next guys up. Can we bounce back, get off this night, so to speak, and get a win? You got Arizona November 11th, November 17th. You have Washington State. And then you finish up the season with Utah November 25th. A lot of people point at that Stanford game and saying that all we would need is one more game to get to a bowl if we would have won that Stanford game. But we're going to find a way to get a win this Saturday, and that's the next one up. That's the best one up. That's our opportunity to get it in. All right, let me know what y'all think. All in all, good morning to Miss Annie Rice out there. Oh, now to you. Live out your dreams. Andre Rison say he been around long enough to see coaches undermine other coaches. Right? Live out your dream. Wasn't Craig in the spring game? He was. He made a big catch in the spring game. Montana Lamonius Craig. I'll pull him up right here for you guys too, so we can check him out and show a little love to him. Also, same thing with Taylor Upshaw, right here, the graduate student from Bradenton, Florida. He was formerly with our guys in Colorado, but now he's doing his thing, having a pretty good year. But check this out, having a pretty good year. That's not what I'm looking for right there. Where's his full stats? There we go. So right now, 17 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 7.5 sacks. He had 2 versus Stanford, 2 big sacks versus Stanford. He had 1 in each game except for USC so far since the UTEP game. Started the season with a half a sack versus Northern Arizona, none against Mississippi State, 1 against UTEP, 2 against Stanford, 1 against Washington. USC, none, but came back with 3 in the last 3 games. Washington State, Oregon, and UCLA had a sack. So he's really been productive. More sacks than what? Anybody on our team? But we have what, 20 total, 21 total sacks at least? Excuse me. So I think Taylor could have been an addition, you know what I mean? But I think he just didn't look great in that spring game for whatever reason. And probably because he was one of the only ones left to play. Grits and catfish here in the sip. Ooh, that sounds good. You need to package me up a plate and send me some. You know, I went looking for some grits the other morning. I wanted some grits so bad. Couldn't find none. Doesn't make any sense to bandwagon a team like this over Colorado. Doesn't it make sense to bandwagon a team like this over Colorado? Not understanding that. Kenneth Watts. Don't make any team bigger than God. Consistency and we have faith. Exactly. We're a team of God. Darren Jennings, grits and Cajun. Oh my gosh, y'all trying to. Oh, goodness gracious. Candace said she having grits and Cajun salmon fillets for my carnivorous boys. I'll raise my hand. I want to be one. I want to be one. Blessings to y'all out there. Everybody out there, you're going to have a wonderful day. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of them days that things going to go your way. You know, it's going to be one of them days that the ball going to bounce your way. Let me see my positive affirmations for today. Will be the I am affirmations, right? The I am affirmations, right?
I know, love, and accept myself.
I know, love, and accept myself just as I am. I like that one. I know, love, and accept myself exactly for who I am and what I am. Coach capping about the players quitting. You know he wanted them out of there. You can want them out of there, but if they quit, that's on you. That's nice of you, Chico. Thanks. You're still delusional. Wow. Hey, yeah, make sure you get some exercise in your day too. I'm gonna make sure I get me some. Get some exercise in your day, whatever that is. All right. Doesn't that sound good though? That good food? Yes, indeed.
I never give up on the things I
I
truly
never give
desire.
up on the things I truly desire. Oh, shouts out to Chef Solomon. We got some Chef Solomon content coming for you guys. Just be patient. Good morning.
Enjoy my life.
Grand Rising, Queen and Kings. Queens and Kings. For sure. I guess I can report some morning news. Should I report some morning news or should I just keep it this right here? I can report some morning news for you guys just in case if you don't know. Got the morning rundown. Like I'm on the Breakfast Club or something.
I expect the best from myself and others.
Also got a little bit of positive affirmations for you guys. But let me see if I can find some the morning news. What's going on today in this world? What's going on today in this world? 3 more games left in the season. November 11th, Arizona. November 17th, Washington State, and Utah finishing up November 25th. Of course, Travis Hunter has been named Paul Hornung Award on a roll. Versus Oregon State, he had 8 receptions, 98 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 tackles, and 1 pass deflection. He's on that honor roll, definitely. Paul Hornung Award. If y'all know what the Paul Hornung Award is, that's the award given annually to the most versatile player in college football. The most versatile player in college football. Good morning, Miss J. Joanna Williams. Oh, now to you. Hey, anybody need any merch? Holla at your boy. I got the merch on deck. I'm letting go of the things that do not serve me anymore. It's game week, baby. Shador Sanders. It's the final home game, finale, as they say. Shouts out to all the female Colorado Buffs basketball team, the women's basketball team versus LSU. They beat LSU the other night, which was awesome. Starting off the season just like we did. Hopefully they can finish on a higher note than even what the football team is on right now. Shouts out to the women's basketball team in Colorado. Sun smoke makes me ride. Won't it did a lot. Need that 432 hits beats in the background too. Why did they stop running the jet sweep? Didn't Weaver took 2 in on the jet sweep. I think one might have been a 2-point conversion, but yeah, we need to run jet sweep more, guys. Jet sweeps seem to work versus any team you playing. Seem like these days, big league, little league, whatever. You run a couple jet sweeps, they end up working. Those lady did a thing in Vegas. Get these leg lifts in while I'm watching. All right, nice. Yeah, shouts out to Shalomi Sanders. Oh, Shalom. I always say Shalomi. Shalamai Sanders. Oh my gosh. Shouts out to Shalamai doing her thing in the basketball team. Coach Prime and them congratulated them also. We haven't ran no trick plays. We need to run a lot more trick plays. I think Pat Sherman can get a lot more creative. He has it in his resume, in his bag, working with who was that? Donovan McNabb and Sam Darnold. When Sam Darnold did his thing that year, he played the last game. I like what Pat Sherman did come out and say though at the practice. He did come out and talk about how just had a different. I wouldn't say a different philosophy, but just had a positive outlook on what they can do. I think that was Coach Prime. What he wanted to do and what he said he wanted to do was come out and remind our kids about the good things that we've done so far this season. All these turnovers ranked here, ranked there in interceptions and fumbles and takeaways overall as a defense. So we got to look at that picture right there. As a defense, we're ranked in the top 10 in a bunch of categories. Forced fumbles, interceptions, takeaways as a whole, red zone defense. That's a lot of positive to look at. And of course, on the offensive side of the ball with Shador and them, there's a lot of positives to look at, to where you can say these guys are definitely trending and treading in the right direction. Can we pick up these next 2 wins? Is what a lot of people is worried about, and what we're questioning. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're hoping for. That's what I think can happen. All right. We got some people want to join the chat. Got some things to say, y'all can. I'm gonna open the lines up for you guys. If y'all want to get on early this morning, I can get on and get off and let y'all get to talking. Let me see here. I'm gonna put this in the chat, copy and paste it. Anybody want to come on and state your claim? Add your 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. Let me know. Let me know. Jump on. Oh, now, good morning to you. Lady T is my name. Oh, now, Miss Jennifer. I'm proud of the defense. Candace Watts. Darren Jennings. Jay Will. You know it. Good favor. If you got good favor, get in the chats, baby. If you want good favor, get in the chats and show love. We'll have a great day today. Waking up early in the morning. Got our positive mind affirmations going. We're thinking about good thoughts. Since we're thinking about good thoughts, we're gonna have good actions.
And as these affirmations flow
When we think about good thoughts, we're gonna have good actions that's gonna follow behind it. So that's what we're looking for the rest of the day, for the start of our day, which is going to be a beautiful one. Do you think people are interested in the OC position? Heck yeah. Why wouldn't you be interested in it? I heard Byron Leftwich was a possible candidate. So I would love to see Leftwich there. If Sean Lewis is not going to work out, or Pat Sherman's not going to work out either, they bring in Big Leftwich, see what he can do. He won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. See the connection right there? Ha. There is a connection and a link right there with Tom Brady and the Brady brand. Yep. Report the morning, Colorado BS. Whiskey. Boy, you wild with that one. Got somebody trying to check on in. Let me see here. I'm gonna run them likes up. Disaster this Pat Sherman decision dooms Buffaloes. Oh my gosh. They're already in on it like that. Let me see what we got checking in. Aurelius Thomas.
What's going on, brother?
Oh, now what's happening with you?
Good
Talk to
morning. Grand rising to the people.
Running Rising.
Caught you on YouTube. I said, what Chico doing on this earlier? So it's like, I know it's early over there still in Hawaii. It's like 3 in the Cali. Jay, good morning, everybody.
Good
Jay,
morning.
good to see you running the chat. But yeah, man, I'm with you, man. Like I don't really see, like, even with the O line, man. Like, people overcritical right now so much, to where, like, I've been kind of stepping up six, like, trying to show a point of view, because, like, the O line, everybody on the O line is so tough. And people don't understand this O line must gonna get drafted. They gonna get drafted. They talking about the XFL. They're not going. No, they're going somewhere. For one, they learned this offense so quick. They, in like 9 games, they finally starting to show they assignments, right. The last few games. But, like, if you look at the stats scenario, if you've seen what I was putting in the chats earlier, like, CU run like 50 pass plays a game, just about, right?
Mhm.
So that's looking at like around 500 plays this season already passing. Like, offenses, like, when you look at offenses like this football entirely, like, you look at mostly run plays, and like an accomplished passing offensive line, it's hard to find. It's hard to find an O line that'll block 40 or 50 plays out of 60 plays. It's going to look obvious to the viewer when you seeing them block 60 times and they give away like 15 or 14 of them. But it's not a lot statistically, but it looks like a lot when you see Shador get hurried 7 times and he gets sacked seven. He get hurried 17 times and get sacked 8 times. But statistically, that's pretty good. And I was bringing up the fact about how you can just look at Alabama, man. Alabama, they run about 30, maybe 35 pass plays a game, and they have 10 less sacks than CU. and CU is running just about 2 times more pass play. So if you just divide that, they'll be just as good as the Bama line if you don't put that much pressure on them to pass all the time. So you gotta look at the little adjustments like that. Just thing like how you said, like fourth and fumbles, seventh in interceptions, fourth in turnovers, 12th in red zone, third in passing, third in touchdowns,
Hmm.
like seventh in pass accuracy. All of that stuff matters. Running backs 4.5. So it's this. What are you utilizing for the team? And that's what the whole breakdown is becoming now. How are we utilizing this? And they compare the run numbers because was their weak point. Like last year, they ran 1,000 yards almost around this time, and they got like less than that right now. So
Yeah.
you
So
know,
the offensive, the rushing game has been terrible. To say the well,
I,
in their
I wouldn't even call it
dismal.
terrible.
Well, I would say dismal in their league. What did Coach Prime? What the word that Coach Prime used? It was pretty much uh, equivalent to terrible down there. It was. It hasn't been up to par. Put it like that. I'll say
to
that.
his to his standards. But
To his
Prime,
standards.
right? Because Prime wanna run 11 runs and 6 of them be for 40 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
He
will
wanna
say this: they have been successful when they have run the ball, but overall, statistically, it hasn't looked good. But I think when they try to get Hank going, and it's like Hank and some of the running backs have had some good runs. It's just
yeah.
that it hasn't sustained. And how can you continue to get that to sustain it throughout a ball game? How can they get that? You have to give it a chance, I think, at least, and you have to be creative with different type of handoffs and run games. So um, I don't know, man. What do you think about the mindset of the team? What would your mindset be if you was a part of this team? How would you be feeling right now?
Well, for one, I would be excited, just to be a part of something this big, and then like it got certain motions for me as a player, like it depends on what I was playing or what I'm going through. It could be all kind of ways you could feel. But me, if I was playing, I'll feel like, it's a team that I got a chance to really stabilize myself before I work hard, pay attention and do the best that I can. And that's all you really can look at because the players are getting opportunities. I think most people expectations, created a bond and they don't want to let it go. And like sometimes, even as a player, you gotta adjust. So I think the players adjust well to what's going on. I don't think that is too much for them. From a ex player, I played Sandbacker, I played Rover. I was at Fresno for a minute. Then I got Prop Delaney in like 2000, 2002, 2003. But like, I
Do you
mean, I
think the cameras are an issue? You think the cameras would be an
nah,
issue if the cameras are all around you
nah.
places? That's not an
That
issue.
that's why people say because like, come on, man. Like, if it's like who said it best? They said if it's an issue when they playing, like that's like what? Like nah, I think I heard you say that or something. Nah, I mean as a player, I love the cameras. That's not distracting. The only thing distracting playing football, other than playing football, is in college would be worrying about where you got to stay and if you got your work ready, if you got your studies in. Other than that, ain't nothing distracting you in college playing football. Like I played 2 years in college of football. Like it wasn't nothing else to worry about, but just if I got somewhere to stay, and I can study. Like other than that, you ain't worried about nothing in college because when you playing, you ain't got time to think. You ain't got time to you practicing. You trying to listen. You trying to learn. Then you out there running around. You know, by the time you look up, you already back at the crib. You know what I'm saying? So nah, it's not a distraction. It's more of a key. If they could use that more of a key, you could look, you get more film. Like it's a benefit, if anything. Just extra looks, see how you are. You'll catch your PR look. You can fix all your little etiquette, and it's better for them to be more public speakers and get that public exposure. People is like I said, they overlooking it and they missing what's really going on. Like that little stuff ain't. And when they first was having a lot of them, I'll tell you this. They was pretty much 3 calls away from being 6-1, and for sure 5 run plays away from being 5-2. Because if they would run the ball 5 more times against Stanford, they beat Stanford, even if Stanford do all that. And if they just called 3 different plays in the USC game, they 6-1. So it's like when you looking at a season like that as a player, you kind of like you more what's I'm looking for? You're looking forward to the next challenge, man. You like, man, I gotta if I just do this better or do this better, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. So they looking at more ways to try to win instead of looking at they keep doing the same thing over and over and they losing. So
Yeah,
it's certain things that they doing that's keeping them from winning. It's not certain things that they doing that's keeping them losing.
right.
So that's a whole different mindset. So their mindset is on that. So it should be morale high. It is. I think they're more concerned about Shador's safety and health right now. So that's like mainly the main mentality right now. Make sure Shador finish the season because it's getting rocky. You know what I mean?
AT checking in from Cali, right? What part of Cali?
I'm from Oakland. I'm from East Oakland.
Oakland, East Oakland.
Yeah, East Oakland.
Already. Shouts out to Cheesy.
Yeah, you already know.
Okay. Already. All right,
Yeah,
check back in with me again, man. I appreciate you checking in.
yeah, for sure, for
No,
sure. Good talking.
already. My dog. You already know I got love for the Yay. East Oakland. Shouts out to Richie Rich. You know, there's some footage of Coach Prime where they're saying, I'll bring that up right here too. Coach Prime sets Guinness World Record for largest American football lesson. UC Health, the University of Colorado Boulder campus, and Coach Prime, also known as Deion Sanders, partnered up on a Sunday for a football clinic. I don't understand, how is that the largest ever?
A healthy lifestyle. In influencing the next
Guess we ought to bring that back, huh?
A fun-filled celebration in Boulder. Largest football lesson with more than 280 people taking part. Jasmine
Oh, okay. It's like a football lesson. Okay, not like a
and impacting and influencing the next generation is quite significant. Coach Prime says this is probably one of his best memories already at CU Boulder.
University of Colorado. First of all, the Guinness Book of World Records have been around for I don't know how long. So just to be a part of that historic thought process in the name of the Guinness, that's major.
Running drills just like the pros. Kids 7 to 10 years old showed off their skills in a football clinic hosted by UC Health, CU, and Coach Prime himself.
And the happiness and the pure joy on the faces of the kids was unbelievable.
These young athletes, CU football alum Darian Hagan. Some even shook hands with Coach Prime.
that's how- that's how- little kid said, I shook Coach Prime hand. I'm never gonna wash my hands again. Easky. Shook his hand. I'm never gonna wash my hands again. How you feel as a kid sometimes. Shouts out to Run the Table Sports. Man, I like what Chico said yesterday on your short. Some of these coaches ain't used to either cameras. Ain't used to the cameras either. They sitting around waiting on Coach Prime to lead them sometimes instead of leading. You feel me? Hey, in some ways, when you're next to the man, the lights get kind of bright, and you probably don't know what to do, or you probably get caught in the headlights, and you're thinking that he's going to do everything. But I'm not saying that's the situation with these coaches. I think he got some wonderful coaches by his side. I think he trusts them. I think they're more than capable to do their thing, and they're doing their thing. It's just that like Coach Prime said, more personnel is needed. More personnel is needed, and that's not a shot at the ones we have, but more personnel is needed to go with what we have. For the guys that's leaving next year, we got to supplement those, or leaving after this year, we have to supplement those with guys coming in. Miss Candace Watts, a jet sweep is when you see a player come in motion, coming across the formation, and you hand the ball off to them as they're running already in full speed, and they can get the ball and go around the corner, around the edge. super fast. Some people use that motion just for deception, and they fake it to that guy, or don't fake it at all. Just use that to keep the defense honest, so to speak. So that outside end would have to keep containment. And as you run that play in those motions, and you're looking to see what that defensive end does. If he doesn't seem to respect that motion, then you hand it off to that guy, and he takes off around that end, full speed already, and now he's getting across that end. Now you got to keep that end honest. Now the end knows that anytime he sees that motion, he has to get outside, creating a lane for if you want to run the ball right up the middle or right in that gap now. So it all works together on that jet sweep and jet motion that I think need to be incorporated a lot in this offense. Yonder dig. Sometimes I feel like Coach Prime is like Mike, and everybody's standing around looking at him and waiting on him to say yes or no. Darren Jennings said, I don't like Bentley starting. All right. Jennifer said, I'm a visual learner. Okay, you need that vision. Let me see. Jet sweep motion. I'll bring it up for you. No problem. Or you can search it in too, but I think I'll search it in for you on YouTube University. YouTube University jet sweep offense. How about that? Jet sweep offense. Jet sweep offense. We'll run the anatomy of the jet sweep right here. Make sure y'all can see that nice and neat. Shouts out to Ike Reese, dog. Look like everybody wants to know. All right, here's without listening to this guy, my guy Ike Reese. Here's the jet motion right here, or the jet sweep. All right, boom. There's that guy right there. That's the jet. Okay, he's going to come across the formation. As he comes across that formation, hopefully everybody can see this. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Okay, should be good right there. As he comes across the formation, right? He has these outside guys, even this defensive end is gonna have to respect that and stay outside, creating that lane where you can run right up in, or you can hand it off to him. Let's see what happens right here. Boom, there's the handoff to number 13. You see it? They don't even block this end right here. He's gonna offensive line gonna automatically go up to the second level. Jason Witten, the tight end, is gonna come out. So we rewind it just a little bit, bring it back. Boom, there's the handoff motion. They don't even block this guy because it's so quick and it's so confusing. If he doesn't come down and just bam, hit him in the mouth by watching film and knowing that's coming, he's gonna automatically hesitate because he's expecting a block. He doesn't get that. Then there's a jet motion coming right towards him with the ball exposed, and now it's out of his sight, hidden from him, and he don't know who's getting it. Bam, he gets it. There's no way he can get there because now this guy's running full speed to get outside. That jet sweep motion is another extension or a way you can get a handoff and get the running game going and get outside the defense, outflank the defense with a fast guy that like we have, Jimmy Horn Jr., Xavier Weaver, Travis Hunter, Dylan Edwards, getting these handoffs going across the field, confusing the defense, getting the block out here, big runs. Now you're getting your guy in space. That's exactly what the jet sweep will bring. Thanks, Novice, obviously. I think they're putting new offenses in. I think they're also going to run the ball. I think they're going to have 25 touches. I think Wilkinson might start. I love Dylan. He can't run up the middle. These are the type of runs Dylan need to have right here, these jet sweeps. That need to be Dylan. That need to be Jimmy Horn Jr. That need to be Travis Hunter. That need to be Xavier Weaver. They need to be jet sweeping a lot because it keeps the defense honest. And if you have a fast offense and fast players, you can outflank these bigger, stronger guys that you're not going to be able to outpower and run up the middle on. So the best play, the best way to do this is to outflank them like this. Get these guys outside and run in space. Now, the next plays, they're going to have to respect this run back here. When you got Savion Wilkinson back here, got the battering ram here, right? This tight end can also be out here wide. But since you want this guy to get around that formation, you would rather him be tighter than wide. So you're not going to block him. You're going to work up on him. First guy shows. He gets outside. And now this guy can run upfield. Boom, run off. But at any point, You can run this same motion, fake that handoff, give it to this running back who's coming full speed downhill to run behind these guys. Now watch this hole that's going to naturally be opened up now by this jet sweep motion. And you can run this out of many formations, okay? Many formations. Watch this. Come on, Ike. So with this same blocking scheme and formations, you'll fake the handoff there and you'll give it here. He'll be a lot faster though, knowing that he'll get the ball. He'll give it here. He can work up here. Look at that. Because this guy's confused. He don't know whether he has the ball or not. So he's going to run there. Open up this gap here. He can hit here, or he can come on the same side with the jet motion coming from the other side, and he can hit right here. Boom, right up the middle. Man, come on. It's so many things you can do off the jet sweep motion, jet sweep handoffs, and so on. That's why I think it needs to be incorporated into the offense. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Chico be on his X's and O's. This is what I spent a lot of my life in meeting rooms like this, looking at boards like this, with coaches who will sit here all day and click and talk about one play for hours like it's nothing. There's so much to talk about, so much to break down. You feel me? Let me know what y'all think, though. Maybe I should do more film breakdown like this. That'll be the jet sweep breakdown. I'm going to cut this up and say why we need to run more jet sweep motion and incorporate the jet sweep in our offense. We have the players to do it. We have it'll help our offensive line. It'll give us balance on the offense. It'll keep them honest, as Brandon Marshall would say. It'll keep them honest. And I think we'll be able to keep our offense on the field running the ball a lot more than before. All right. Can't believe I've been on for an hour. It's 2:00 in the morning out here, man. I know it's like 7 in the morning on the East Coast or 8 in the morning on the East Coast, Central Time, wherever you're checking in from. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. It doesn't wrong with running on live. Shouts out to the Lost Boys. This is the biggest dog of them all, Chico to the sea, and the place to be. Y'all know how I'm coming. And you know how I'm rocking like a cut off stocking. Hit the like, subscribe, coming all the other good stuff. I'm up and about this thing. Give me some sleep. 4 a.m. in Cali. Y'all go to bed, man. Get you some sleep. Wake up at whatever time. Get you some breakfast in, though. That's why it's called breakfast. Break this fast. You understand? Great insight and analysis, Big Dog. I appreciate it. Dr. Daniel, no doubt. You know what time it is. We up and about this thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, with the bless. It's time to run them lights up.